Triple Threat, a team composed of players.
Okay, new tech unlocked, incredible Windrunner route explained. So it's an international mythic dungeon competition, and basically they talk about like epic runs that they saw. So Windrunner route explained. I'm actually curious. Just curious if they'll say which key level they do it as well.
The Triple Threat, a team composed of players from the top 3 rating guilds in the world, were the champions of Group B this past weekend. Let's take a look at one of their more innovative routes from the weekend in the Windrunner spec.
Okay, so this is plus 17. Okay.
Right at the start of the dungeon, the normal initial pull is dealt with quickly. While the teams would like to pull more here, unfortunately for them, there's a wall preventing them from moving to the rest of the dungeon before this pack is dealt with.
I'm actually curious to see if they go left or right.
It's probably the only pull of the dungeon that would seem normal, though. Quick knocks out of the Spellguard Magus' Spellguard protection cast to ensure they don't waste too much time on this pack. Moving towards the Derelict Duo wing, a slightly smaller pull than normal is done to allow time for the Metamorphosis and Army of the Dead cooldowns to reset. Still, great care is taken to make sure the Ardent Cutthroats in this pull don't resolve a Poison Blades cast, removing the potential for poison dots to stack up during this pull. Afterwards, they set up for their first Bloodlust pull of the dungeon. The rest of the wing, in between them and the bosses, on top of the duo themselves. This pull is extremely dangerous and has wiped teams before in the cups already. The burst from Wall-Ice Metamorphosis on the Havoc Demon Hunter being augmented by Gub is more than enough to carry the damage needed on this pull, quickly breaking the Willbringer's pulsing Shriek Shield before it has time to rot the group out, in addition to the boss's passive damage.
You're right.
Once the duo is down, Ember Dawn's wing awaits. A nice ring of peace on the Restless Steward allows them to skip past that annoying caster, and the team runs all the way down to the Apex Links. Zotzi, however, decides this isn't enough trash, and heads outside to grab the Bloated Lasher, as well as a few flowers on top of it. It's a smart way to make the upcoming pull a bit easier on Teef. The Bloated Lasher does a nasty amount of AoE damage to the group, but also enrages the Lashlings that they then want to drag down to Ember Dawn, something that can easily cause a tank death on that pull. This massive pull, however, is once again carried by the DPS cooldowns, which have reset from the Derelict Duo, plus the travel time in the dungeon. The second the Bloated Lasher dies, they're off to the races once again, pulling everything left into the area down towards Ember Dawn.
Damn.
Even without the Bloated Lasher enraging the flowers, the main person in danger here is still Teef. Taking this many mobs at once has him in Red Stagger for nearly the entire pull.
They're still
Normally,
at
the
0
Dragon Mob
death.
should be a danger to the DPS players in the group. They have so much AoE CC, from leg sweeps to augment evoker knocks to ring of pieces if they really need them, that the fire spits never really get a chance to do any damage to the players. Once the trash is dead, they swiftly deal with the remaining health on Ember Dawn. However, the real crown jewel of the strategy comes next. Normally, after dealing with the first 2 bosses, you'll have to deal with a couple of Phalanx Breakers and Swift Shot Archers. This combination is extremely annoying to deal with efficiently. Breakers charge around all over the place, the archers deny a ton of ground area. Triple Threat decides they don't want to deal with any of that, and runs past the group, past everything, using a ring of peace at the end of the stairway to make sure that they can stay out of combat with them once they deploy all 4 of their Shadow Melds. Gubber, unable to Shadow Meld, simply waits for the pack to reset and joins the group with his Wernstone.
Damn.
Strategy doesn't end here, however. In order to spawn the next boss, they need to kill the next 2 mini-bosses in front of them, both Phantasmal Mystics. Instead of safely breaking the pull into 2 manageable pulls, which is normal on live, they go for broke, pulling literally every single mob they need to spawn the boss. Both Mystics, a ton of Axe Throwers, a ton of Marauders, just a ridiculous amount of mobs together. There's so much unavoidable damage in this pull. The Flame Novas do so much damage and need a personal to counteract that damage. But there's also these spectral axe throwers in the pull that just like to stand outside of the group and toss axes at the group the entire time. Just to play it safe, they have a couple CCs head out, notably a Paralyze on one of those axe throwers, to try to reduce the amount of damage taken. This doesn't really slow down their strategy at all. They can just pull these in with the boss later and cleave them down. Once dealt with, a quick couple of boss kills leads to, once again, another extremely clean, deathless dungeon for Triple Threat. Something that was very common for them throughout the weekend. Make sure to tune into the official Warcraft stream next weekend to see top teams such as Liquid and Miscount.
Okay, this was way more entertaining than I thought. But basically, the strat is at some level of fuck you item, you can go for like mega pulls. Like, I cannot see myself like surviving pulls like this. But like, I guess you can. I guess you can. But like, the whole strategy is like pull 3 packs, and these 3 packs, it's the whole fucking like enemy force. It's interesting. More entertaining than I thought, actually, to once like explain and watch. Don't forget to leave a like and share the love.